Hey guys, and welcome back. So today on Modern Masters Auto, we are at my secret squirrel garage. It's a little garage where I do personal projects of my own, personal projects of my friends, and some things we just don't want people to know we're building because it's very cool and or we want it to be a surprise. So with that being said, I have a good friend of mine, Phil from VRP. I have his twin turbo G8 manual swapped with a TR6060 Pontiac. So it already had twin turbos. It had a really cool setup, fuel system, all this stuff. We went to throw a cam in it 6 months ago for him, and the cam bearings were and Phil is just like me. He got stricken by the legit street curse. So he did the while you're in there. We sent the motor out, he did the cam bearings, and he just happened to drop in brand new forged pistons and rods, ported heads, BTR cam, BTR valve springs, and just fully built this motor, this 6-liter, into a monster. So now we get to assemble it, and then we get to hit the streets and rip this bad boy. We have some awesome Sparco racing seats to put in it. We have these oilless turbos to put on it, and we got this fully forged, built LS engine. So let's get started. Phil, tell me a little bit about this G8. What's the journey? What you know?
All right.
What'd you pay for it? Tell me all the deets.
So VRP people will know, back in the day, we were building a Pikes Peak hill climb car, and part of the deal with the shop was that they were going to build a project for me, and this project was going to finance the Pikes Peak hill climb car. They had a very important member of their team leave the company, and so we weren't able to finish the project. But yeah, so I paid $10,000 for this G8. I bought it in Colorado. It was just a stock motor, auto trans Pontiac G8. I did a TR6060 manual swap like the GXP has. I swapped all of the suspension. I have a custom one-off front suspension here where we were able to adapt the 4th gen, I think, Camaro. So it has full 4th gen Camaro front, 4th gen Camaro rear suspension.
Limited slip differential?
Limited slip because it was all SS parts that we used. It has a aluminum one-piece drive shaft. So the thing ripped before, like it's really not drivable, to be completely honest. It just shreds. So we're gonna have to address the tires and stuff in the future. But I had a shop out in Colorado put their turbo kit on it. I had them make a custom one-off turbo kit because I wanted the charge pipe to run under the engine instead of over it. So they did that for me. We put it on the dyno. I believe it made 660 on just wastegate, 3 PSI. But yeah, so now we're back again and we're putting a built motor in it this time. And I'm gonna keep it a sleeper. So yeah, that's the story of the car.
Cool. And this thing is a cool project that we wanted to dive into for him, since most of the fabricating was done, and he has it back on the East Coast, so he has something fun to rip around here. But me and Rusty, months ago, ripped the engine out of here one weekend, and we sent it to VRP's amazing machine shop. The guy is one of the best in the country. He builds all of our dart and sleeve motors. He's amazing. And Phil, you know, taught him everything he knows, of course. But yeah, so there is our TR6060 transmission. You can obviously see it has a badass throwout bearing. It has a McLeod twin disc clutch, which we'll show you later. These are the giant downpipes that come off the turbos. Poly engine mounts. I mean, this thing has it all. It's been completely gone through. Has all these awesome stainless steel brake lines to retrofit the ABS module over here out of the way. So all that's still there, just like factory. Has a fuel pressure regulator here that has a Hobb switch to activate more PSI under boost. Return style system, so it gets rid of the factory fuel system. And you know, this thing is just ready for its new heart. Look at this. Look at all them shiny new parts. All right, so we have these awesome turbos, the ceramic coating housing. Only coolant runs through these. There's no oil because it has these fittings right here, just like on ball joints and stuff like that, to be serviced, which I will note Phil did not buy the service kit that I asked him to buy 8 times. So these will need service because of age and mileage, but that is turbo jet oil. It's a synthetic, more like a grease that gets pumped in here to keep these bad boys going. And look at the blades on this. That is insane. Comp went out of their way with these turbos. They are amazing. And look at this ARP hardware, the ARP head bolts on this motor. We're gonna keep that head gasket safe from all this boost we're gonna push through it. Are you excited, Phil?
I'm super excited, and I finally get to put my seats in something.
Yeah, Phil bought these seats like 15 years ago, way back when we didn't even mess with LS. We didn't mess with Mercedes. We were just doing 3000 GTs, and he had these seats for his 3000 GT. Never finished putting them in. Had them in storage. You know, they look brand new still.
I had them
They had
redone.
this wrap on it, and now they are going in this awesome project. You'll get to see all of that as well. All right, guys, so we're throwing the valley pan back on the engine first so we can get this thing ready to go. This is a full DOD delete, but we're going to leave the original valley pan, but the ports inside are plugged closed. All right, Phil, what do you got going on over here?
Just moving the tensioner over to the new water pump.
Nice. Look at you using hand tools.
Look at me.
Look at you. What injectors are in this?
I believe they're 1050Xs.
Any plans to run ethanol with this eventually?
Yep. I got a Haltech maybe we'll throw in here at some point.
Ooh, that'd be nice.
But for now, we're just going to run on the stock ECU.
The only thing I don't like about this whole project is this nasty stock intake manifold. Look, we got to reuse that because somebody spent $1 million building this car, but was like, I don't want to buy an intake manifold.
There's a Frankenstein in Frederick. Go pick that up.
Is it the one I sent you?
Yeah.
That thing was beautiful, right?
It is beautiful.
We love billet around here. Do you think you should get that? It has the, where if it hits too much boost, instead of hurting the motor, it breaks the glass. Or if it backfire, instead of hurting the motor, it breaks the glass.
That costs almost as much as the engine did to build.
Worth it. All right, guys, we are torquing the last flywheel bolt. These get torqued down to 60 foot-pounds. All right, and this is a McLeod flywheel for the twin disc setup, and there is our twin disc with the pressure plate. And look at this box of old and nasty parts. We don't need none of that where we're going. Then we have, don't mind Phil, sitting down working.
I'm ordering.
All the old main bolts, all the old pistons, rods, valve springs. We don't need none of that where we're going. All right, guys, commercial break. Do not forget to buy Legit Street Cars shop wipes. They are ready to use. Max shipped me out these because he knew we had a project in here in my garage. You get a wipe. Come in the frame. You get a new wipe since you want to clean the equipment. And I'll take a wipe.
Look at how much dirt and grime it removed from that engine hoist.
Wow, that engine hoist is shining. If you can see, look how dirty it is right there. And then, wow, that looks brand. Is there sparkle in that paint? Oh, wow.
Never would have known.
Power torque. Never would have known. So the cool thing, what I like about these wipes is it has a smooth finish side, and then it has a textured side. If I can zoom in there and get you to see it. It has a textured side to really grip that dirt and grime and just clean your hands. I love it. I love it. A little sudsy even. It's extra wet. Phil, is showing you can clean
Look at that.
shop clothes. Yeah, look at the difference.
Night and day.
Incredible. You can see the back of the cylinder head here, how it's all dirty and grimy right there. And then I'm going to wipe this, and nothing is going to happen because this is machine marks. But the rest of it's shining. Wow. That is beautiful. And Phil is just cleaning up his engine bay with the Legit Street Cars shop wipes. Look at that. The resale value of this Pontiac just went up tremendously.
Not their intended use, but
Look at this. Look at this dirt.
it actually
Dirt and grime.
actually worked.
Grimy and dirty. Just like Alex says.
Look at that.
Look at that.
It's like a brand new paint job.
Look at that. Look at this. Dirt and grime everywhere, people. I don't know if I'm going to wipe my nose with it, but I sure did clean my hands up, clean some of the car, clean some of the engine. In fact, I'm going to save this for later because it isn't done. This thing still has plenty of action left in it. I'll clean the top of my refrigerator here. Legit Street Cars shop wipe. Never leave home without it. All right, welcome back, guys. So today, Phil has us some new presents. Look at this beautiful Mishimoto overnighted from Japan, because we build every car like that. We overnight parts from Japan so we can be fast and furious. But look at this old and busted radiator. The condenser's got to come off. So I can put it on a new radiator. Should have got a new condenser too, Phil. But air conditioning, who needs that? Look at that. Old and busted, new hotness, looking fresh. Phil's going to take off the condenser, attach it to the new radiator, and that thing will be ready to drop in. Put our awesome electric GM fans on the new radiator. Should be plug and play. Let's see him do that. All right, guys, Phil has the radiator completely ready to go. Fans are in it, AC condensers in it. These guys have the new awesome fluid dampener. Got the AC compressor bolted on, valve covers. The cool packs are relocated to the side of the engine block by the motor mount, so they're out of the way of the turbos. Ported heads. Ported heads. Polyurethane motor mount. Look at that, awesome. And then Phil had to use an assortment of alignment tools so we could get the clutch discs aligned with the flywheel and the pressure plate. And now the engine is ready to drop in. We'll do the manifolds inside the car because we have to do the engine harness. We need the room, but it's ready to put this built LS into that G8. All right, guys, so they got the engine in and lowered down. Now we just got to align the transmission and mate the two together. We have Rusty climbing under the car to tackle that. Look how high these downpipes come and sit up to meet the turbos. Very cool. Let's get this thing knocked out. It's only 900 degrees in here, so it's fine. All right, guys, so Phil has the twin turbo manifolds on here, and they were like this. They have this flat bottom here, and Phil has been hand porting them. As you can see, he's finished up this one to make them circular to match the porting of the head. So this is awesome. It's going to make probably a good little increase of power. But right now, you know, it comes down, it hits this flat port, and this flat port here would hit a circular one and be blocking it. So now we're going to round it so it's a smooth transition and dumping in from the head.
So this is not an exact science, and I don't know that I would call this porting. It's more just...
That's a porting bit, and you are taking away metal. That is porting. Might not be fancy, might not be perfect, but Jesus Christ, that plane is loud.
Yes, it is. I'm not finished yet, but let me show you this bit right here. Little product placement for I don't know who, but I used to recommend people use a flap wheel when they would do the 82 throttle bodies on the E55s, but I would have probably saved 100 hours of my life had I known that this bit existed. I'm not a mechanic, I'm an engineer, so this is a pretty badass little bit here, but it does work on here.
That's a head porting bit.
Yeah, this does a really great job. So again, not an exact science. I know what they look like, the ports. I didn't measure. Really, this was this turbo kit was already on the car, so I got the heads back and they were ported. So I'm just trying to make it better than it was.
Just a more seamless transition from the giantly massive ported heads.
Yeah.
All right, guys, Rusty's climbing up on the engine to start running the wiring harness. Everything is in there. And then Phil is inside the car because he bought himself a new radio and started pulling some of the trim. But check out, oh, that looks nice.
Yeah, digital climate control.
Digital climate control as well. Look at the old setup and now the new setup. Move this box out of the way. I want to show them this steering wheel you got. We installed the steering wheel last year. Look at that. That's going to look fire with the new Sparco racing seats, the new radio, and this awesome steering wheel. And as Phil said, the radio is the engine of the interior, so he wanted to tackle that.
Sure is.
Rusty has made some progress. We have the header mounted. Look how close that is to the valve cover. The downpipe sits right there. Now he's going to work on the other one right here. So how were these to install?
Not bad, really.
Really?
We could have put them on the engine outside of the car, obviously, but if I left them off, it gave me a lot more room to get in there and
put the harness on.
Put the harness on, give it all the tight spaces, everything.
Did you put the steering shaft back in?
Steering shaft is in.
Cool. So we just have the accessories to bolt up, that other header,
And then
we can
radiator.
start dropping turbo shit in this thing.
Yeah.
and that badass new radiator. So we'll probably get this other header on and wrap it up for the day. Phil's almost done with the radio. Let's check in with him. How's the radio going, Phil?
Putting these brackets on, pushing it in and like that.
Nice, nice. Look at that shifter I put on last year. Ooh, a TR6060 manual swap looking good in this car, buddy. Yeah, this is gonna be super nice and a super unsafe car to drive in at any time. This is going to be awesome. This car is equipped with a Camaro full rear. So this has a factory LSD. My dad in Florida is powder coating a set of Ford Stars right now for Phil. They're my old Ford Stars. We're gonna throw in the back of this. They're like 17s and already have a Hoosier tire for it. So we're gonna have a nice tire to really throw this thing around. We have big Brembo brakes set up in the front. I'm excited. All right, guys, let's check on the progress Rusty and Felipe, as I like to call him, has made. It looks like they have this snail mounted here. One is going here, but they already did this one. And then we have a wastegate there. How wastegates work is it recirculates compressor air, which is exhaust gases, out of the compressor housing and dumps them under the car, leaving a ton of black soot all over the frame rail. And then this is the downpipe that takes the exhaust gases from the header after it spools up the turbo and safely deposits them all the way back in the back of the car. This is a full exhaust car. This is not no hackery. There is nothing on the side exit or something. This goes back to mufflers and it sounds amazing. But check it out. Water pump is installed. This is a brand new one. Brand spanking deal. This one's made in Mexico. So this is a El Senor water pump. You guys saw the awesome crank pulley here already. Got the AC compressor bolted up. Thermostat housing. Thermostat is in there.
This was a little less expensive than the OEM one would have been.
Oh, it was a little less expensive than the OEM one. I gotcha. It's still OEM. There's a GM label right there. A little bit cheaper for me to get it from Worldpac. We have our power steering reservoir mounted up, alternator down there. We need to get a new belt because that looked like. And
I probably lost 40 pounds in just dirt and grime off of this thing.
Oh yeah, you cleaned a lot. And we cleaned the dirt and grime with legit Street Cars shop wipes. How do you like them, Phil?
I use them for damn near everything.
That is right. Rusty?
I see Phil use them for damn near everything.
Hell yeah, we'll go with that. All right, guys, so we are going to run this off the legit Street Cars wipes. Phil's mocking that up. They make so much power that it's going to be awesome. All right, Rusty, you want to set that heavy turbo up there? It's not very heavy? All right, let's see it in action.
Man me my baby.
Look at that snail. Again, these are oilless turbos. Just coolant goes through them. I'd like to take a moment right now and I want to say a prayer for Phil as we want him to order a real intake manifold for this car, not this plastic one. We want a real quality intake manifold.
A sleeper, Craig.
With two giant turbos sticking out from the hood here.
Yeah, but stock exhaust or stock intake manifold.
Oh yeah, guys, it doesn't make any power. Don't mind the two turbos there. It still has a stock intake manifold. When that thing explodes from boost, then I'd be like, man, I wish I would have got one. So if everybody could just say a prayer, dear 6-pound, 9-ounce baby Jesus, please send Phil a metal or some type of like BTR or even like one of those eBay ones that flex when you make boost.
Ask baby Jesus for a Holly high ram.
Or a Holly high ram, that would be very good. We like those. Send one of those down in a care package for my good friend Philip Latai, so we can make LS's a little less unsafe and make them great again. Thank you. In Donald Trump's name, amen. Look at that. Look at them beautiful turbos. All right, guys, Phil is going to show you the inside. So we have that awesome carbon fiber steering wheel, and then he put in this new radio.
Yeah, this is the Air Pro kit. It's for a Commodore, I think. Commodore and Holden Commodore.
I'm not a big Australian car
Australian
guy.
stuff.
So do we gotta be like, g'day?
It's the same car, so except right-hand drive instead of left-hand drive. So
Yeah, I think you need to explain this in Australian accent now.
Crikey, well,
You keep doing it. See how long you can do it.
no, you can't do it. But yeah, so this Air Pro kit, it redoes all of your climate control and lets you hook up a radio with your with like factory steering wheel controls and all that stuff. So I don't.
And for a manual swapped car, this looks very OEM. Show the 3 pedals. Oh, look at the 3 pedals.
Yes, this is a manual swapped
Very
G8.
OEM looking. I love it.
I
You
fucking
found
knew
the
it.
water pump bolt? We've been looking for that last water pump bolt for a day. That's hilarious. Somebody call the dealer and cancel that order.
For a day that started today and ended also today. We got to do a video down in the barn.
We do need to show them the barn.
For archive's sake.
Where it all started.
All we have to do is find 15 piece of shit 3000 GTs and park them in there every which way, and then we can recreate the old days.
Yeah. The old days were good. We're good, but we got rid of a lot of good cars. Also, Phil could go to college to be a ballerina. Look at that. Another wastegate looking good. Look at the awesome wastegate pipe on it. Turb ski. All right. A lot of fuel in the valley. We're going to have to dry that up.
So all we need is O-rings, and then we can put the intake manifold on.
Yeah.
Cool.
There's a lot LS left, don't you think?
There's a lot LS left than there was before.
LS. My nerves.
If you're Spanish, is it just L less?
Oh. I'll have to ask Mike. All right, guys, we're gonna stop right here. This is the last day we have Phil to build this car with us. We're going to continue, obviously. So if you like this video and you're excited to see Phil and I drift this thing on the streets, give it a big thumbs up.
Share it with your friends.
And subscribe.
And subscribe. Most importantly, leave a comment about my short wearing friend, Phil, in the comments. And don't forget old Eugene here. Testing, audio, visual.
Hard to port, talk to spec.
On the board! On the board! Alright guys, it's hot as here in the garage.
Here, wait. Let's make it act like it's our first try.
The guys are out mowing. Yes,
How
I
are they
did.
gonna know?
Already did. How about you do your job and I'll do mine? And by mine, I'll sit over here on this chair. Just coolant goes through them. Jeez Louise. The turbo is massive. Very shiny. It almost looks like the turbo sat right here and sucked Rusty's hair off.
You may be wondering about my shorts. I'll tell you that it was about 105 in here yesterday, and this is what I had to do.
This entire, what is the word?
Uniform.
Cassandra? Ensemble? What is it?
This Cassandra is
This-
Rusty's.
This Cassandra is Rusty's.
Yes, this
Wardrobe?
This wardrobe was Rusty's. They were capris. Now they're shorts. Check.
I say audio visual.
Audio visual check.
You're actually drinking my gold monster? How many did you bring?
I cannot beat Craig without a monster.
How many did you bring? Well, only sip it.
I'm only gonna.
Only sip. Okay, good.
I'm gonna chug it.
Leave a comment about my short wearing friend, Phil, in the comments. And don't forget old Eugene here.
Leave a comment about my best friend Rusty in the comments down below.
Anthony, cut that part out. Cut that part out.